Hello again, Algebra 2 students. We are back in Unit 5, Complex Numbers, and we are in Tier 2, Lesson 3, Writing a Quadratic with Complex Numbers. We're going to check off our book. So here we are writing quadratics with complex numbers. And recall from Tier 1, Lesson 2a, that I squared is equal to -1. And in addition, remember that I times I, or something times itself, is just that thing squared. So this is equal to -1. And if we have the factors of a quadratic, then we can write the quadratic in standard form. So let's take a look at this here. The quadratic equation has the roots of 2i and -5i as roots. Create the factors and put it in the standard form. And remember, when you do factors, it's of the form a minus p and a minus q. X, not a. This is my p of 2i, and the q is my -5i. So my two factors are going to be x minus 2i and x plus 5i. And now I can take these and use the Punnett square by just putting x, and then this is a -2i, and then an x and a positive 5i. And just like we did with real numbers, we use our Punnett square to put it in the standard form. So I get x squared, I get -2xi, and then I get 5xi, and then I get -10i squared. A couple things are happening inside this. First of all, we have to combine our like terms, and second of all, we need to simplify. This is where we need to combine our like terms. Those are like terms because they have a real number, an x, and an I. This is where we need to simplify, because if you remember from right up here, an I squared is equal to -1. So we can come down here and we'll now say x squared. And if we simplify this, all we can really do is mess with the real numbers. So we have -2xi plus 5xi. So that's going to give me a positive 3xi. I'm going to have -10 times I squared, which is the same thing as saying -10 times -1, which is positive 10. So it's going to be plus 10. So in standard form, this quadratic equation is x squared plus 3xi plus 10. Working with our second quadratic equation, it says that we have roots of 4i and -4i. And again, using the form that we showed over here, our factors are going to be x minus 4i and x plus 4i. We want to use our Punnett square, x minus 4i, x plus 4i. We get x squared, we get minus 4xi, we get 4xi, and we get -16i squared. And again, we're going to have to combine some like terms. So the like terms are here and here. And we're going to have to do some simplification using the known fact that I squared equals -1 right here. We have our x squared to start. And then our like terms are 4xi and -4xi. So if we add those together, that actually gives us 0. And then we have -16 times I squared, which is times -1, which gives us positive 16. The quadratic equation is x squared plus positive 16 for this one.